Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine at your home. Dear students, today we are going to study English subject of 7th standard. In English, today we are going to learn a poem that is 4.4, Home Sweet Home. Okay students? So here, before moving forward, I would like to say thanks to my subscribers, students, and those who have subscribed it, liked it, commented below the video and shared it to their friends and relatives. Thank you students, and be connect with me for more such educational videos. Now students, let's get started with the poem. Students, first of all, I would like to read the poem line by line and then I will explain to you stanza by stanza. Okay students, this poem is written by John Howard Payne. Students, now we will have a short information about the poet, that is John Howard Payne. John Howard Payne. The period of John Howard Payne was June 9, 1791 to April 10, 1852. Was an American actor, poet, playwright and author who had nearly 2 decades of a theatrical career and success in London. He is today most remembered as the creator of Home Sweet Home, a song he wrote in 1822 that became widely popular in the United States and the English-speaking world. Students, this poem, that is Home Sweet Home, tells us that even though we travel or move from place to place for pleasure seeking, okay students, but at the last we reach or we go to our home only, because it gives us the heavenly joy to us. Okay, this is the place where we can have a proper comfort, okay, and as well as it gives us eternal joy too. Okay, so even though you are visiting a lot of places in the world, at last we go to home where we find comfort. Okay student, in the same way the poet tells us the same thing. Okay student, so let's have more information by reading the stanzas and explaining. I will read the poem stanza by stanza and explain to you. Okay, so first of all I will read the first stanza and then let me explain to you. Mid pleasures and palaces, though we may roam, be it ever so humble, there is no place like home. A charm from the sky seems to hallow us there, which seek through the world is never met with elsewhere. Home, home, sweet, sweet home, there is no place like home. Oh, there is no place like home. Students, in the first stanza, the poet tells us that even though we are in the middle of pleasure or we are surrounded by pleasure, we are surrounded by happiness, we are surrounded by joy, okay, as well as different palaces, okay, or we roam here and there, we may roam different palaces. What do we mean by roam, student? Roam means moving from one place to other place. It means that if we travel from one place to other place for the purpose of getting pleasure or seeking pleasure, with respect I would like to tell you, with humble respect, that there is no place like our home in the world. Okay student, even though we travel from place to place, palaces or different places in the world, but at last we go to our home, because there is no place like home, okay, that gives us comfort, happiness, joy. Okay students, when we are at home, a power from the sky appears to honor holiness on us. Yes, we feel a divine power at our home. We feel blessed at our home. Yes, student. And some power from sky is appears that it is honoring us the holiness being at home. We feel blessed when we are at home. Yes, don't you, student? Do you feel blessed when you are at your home? Yes. If your answer is yes, then type yes in the comment section. Okay, students, do not forget it. Students, if you try to find out or if you attempt to find out this blessed thing or divine thing or sacred thing into the world, into the whole world, but never elsewhere you will meet such kind of holiness, such kind of divinity, such kind of joy. And the end of this stanza, the poet says the same thing again. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There is no place like home in the world. Yes, students, there is no place like home in the world. Students, now I shall read the second stanza and then I will explain. Listen to it carefully. An exile from home, splendor dazzles in vain. Oh, give me my lowly thatched cottage again. The birds singing gaily that come at my call. Give me them, and the peace of mind dearer than all. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There is no place like home. Oh, there is no place like home. Students, the second paragraph tells us that if we forced to live outside of our home, or if we are in exile, or if we are in banishment, that we are living far away from our home, it dazzles our eyes. Yes, student, if you are living far away from home, or if you are in exile, if we are in banishment, it dazzles our eyes. The magnificent and the splendid things dazzle our eyes for some time or make us blind for some time due to its brightness when we are in banishment or when we are in exile. Okay, students, but all these magnificent and splendid things are in vain. Yes, student, what do you mean by in vain? Of no value or unsuccessful. Okay, student, so all these things which dazzles our eyes, these things are of no value. Okay, student, in front of our home, it gives us pleasure for some time, but it doesn't have any value. We always have a longing to our home, a special attachment towards our home. And here the poet wants his lowly thatched cottage. Yes, student, what do you mean by thatched here? Covered with straws. So here the poet wants that he doesn't want any splendorous thing. He doesn't want any magnificent thing, but he wants his thatched cottage or the cottage which is covered with the straws. The cottage where on his one call the birds come to him, as well as the birds gives response to him. Okay, student, as well as the birds sing joyfully. Most importantly, he wants the peace of mind, which is the dearer than all. Yes, student, the peace of mind, where we do receive this peace of mind when we are at home. In the same way, the poet wants the peace of mind, okay, which he receives from his cottage, and that is the dearer thing for him. Okay, student, and at the last, again, the poet says that home, home, sweet, sweet home, and there is no place like home. Okay, student, have understood this much? Very good. Now, students, we shall study the third stanza. Okay, first of all, I will read the third stanza and then I will explain to you. Okay. I gaze on the moon as I tread the drearier wild, and feel that my mother now thinks of her child as she looks on that moon from our own cottage door through the woodbine, whose fragrance shall cheer me no more. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There is no place like home. Oh, there is no place like home. Students, in the third stanza, the poet says that while walking uninterestingly, okay, in some wild place, he gazed on the moon. Yes, student, what do you mean by gaze here? Gaze means to stare or to look at something. Okay, so student, here the poet, while walking uninterestingly, or he was walking when he was bored, okay, and that time when he was looking at moon, at the same time the poet was thinking that, or the poet thinks that at the same time his mother must be watching or must be looking at the moon. She must be watching the moon or staring or looking at the moon through his cottage. The mother must be watching the moon through the cottage and woodbine. Yes, student, the poet remembers the fragrance of the woodbine, and the fragrance makes him very happy. Yes, student. So, student, here the poet remembers the fragrance of the woodbine. Yes, what do you mean by woodbine here? The honeysucker is called as woodbine. Okay, student, at the end of the poem, the poet says the same thing. Home, home, sweet, sweet home, and there is no place like home. Okay, students, have you understood? Okay, now we will move forward the next stanza. Students, first of all, I will read the stanza, then I will explain to you. How sweet it is to sit beneath the fond father's smile, and the caress of a mother to soothe and beguile. Let others delight mid new pleasures to roam, but give me, oh, give me the pleasures of home. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There is no place like home. Oh, there is no place like home. In the fourth stanza, the poet says that it is very sweet to sit under the affectionate smile of the father. Yes, student, here apostrophe Neath means beneath, and beneath means under. So he says that it is very sweet to sit under the affectionate smile of father. Okay, student, have you understood? As well as he says that it is very sweet to sit nearby mother who has very caring touch, quiet and attractive touch or careless touch of mother. So it is very sweet to sit nearby father and mother who has a smile as well as who has a caring touch. And here the poet says that let the others take delight, pleasure by roaming here and there, by visiting different places, but still he wants the pleasure of home only. And again he says that home, home, sweet, sweet home, and there is no place like home in the world. Okay, students, have you understood this much? Now we shall study the last stanza. Let me first read it and then I will explain to you. To thee I will return, overburdened with care. The heart's dearest solace will smile on me there. No more from that cottage again will I roam. Be it ever so humble, there is no place like home. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There is no place like home. Oh, there is no place like home. Students, in the last stanza, that is the fifth stanza, the poet says that by addressing to the home, he says that when he will return to home with overburden, problems, worries, but the home will take care of all these things. The home will bring the dearest comfort to him as well as it will bring a smile on his face. Yes, student, whenever we return to our home with any kind of condition or with any kind of worries, tensions, but when we reach to our home, when we come to our home, we feel very comfort and it brings a smile on our face. Now here the poet says that when he will reach to home, he will not roam here and there by leaving his cottage or his home. Okay, student. So here what he is saying, he will not again depart from his home. He will not leave the home. Okay, students. So the home has a great respect in the mind of the poet. Okay, student. And here again he says that there is no place like home in the world. Okay, student, have you understood? Yes. At the last again the poet says that home, home, sweet, sweet home, and there is no place like home. Okay, student, have you understood this much? Very good. Yes, student. In this video, we have studied the paraphrase of this poem, that is Home Sweet Home. Okay, student. In the next video, we are going to do a critical analysis or poetic appreciation. Okay, student. If you want to learn more about this poem, then do not forget to subscribe my channel and be connect with me. Students, if you have liked it, like it, share it, comment below the video, and do not forget to subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will get current notification of new videos. Thank you and be connected.